Hey, we're live. I'm at Disneyland.
And I'm
In,
not.
yeah, but she'd like to be.
I'd like to be.
I'm in Tomorrowland this time, right next to the Submarine Lagoon, the Tomorrowland Terrace, and behind me, you can't see it because it's kind of hazy, is the Matterhorn. So I'm here. I have already, in the hour I've been here, met three group members. And there were three that I didn't know. One of them's a cast member. It goes by the name Bodacious, who's a great big fella. I posted a picture of him. You can look on the group and see the picture. And a Navy veteran gentleman who joined after I talked to him, and another lady that I also threatened her that I wouldn't give her a button unless she joined. So, no, she was nice enough to offer to join, and I gave her a button. So, and I gave all three of them a button. So they're now members of the group. We are up
Welcome.
to, we are approaching 1,500 members of the group. I'm sure all of you saw that I created a new page. That's the monorail. You can kind of see some of it going over my head here.
It's not a
That's, the,
snake.
that's right. I can see it. It's the yellow one. So anyway, as I was saying, I created that so that we can stream the podcast live from Streamyard instead of having to put it on YouTube like we are currently doing and then posting it to the site. So I'm trying to modify it to make it a little easier. That way I can stream whenever I feel like streaming. It doesn't have to just be the podcast. I could do a scavenger hunt or something fun when we have a few people out here at the park and we can enjoy that. See, Facebook has changed it now to where you can't stream to a group without jumping through all sorts of hoops that I don't know how to jump through. I don't have the technical skills to create that. But they do allow you to stream to a page. But, the big but, you have to have a page that has existed for at least 60 days, and you have to have at least 100 followers. Now, some of you guys were nice enough to go over and like the page, but that doesn't count. If you liked it and followed it, that's okay, because I cannot look up the followers. It will not allow me to look at the names of the followers. So I can't tell who did it, who didn't do it. So if you guys please could go over to that. There's several links in the group for the page. Just go over there and follow the page. Once we get up to over 100, I'd like to get it like to 150 so I don't have to sweat Fred Jones quitting the group and losing my ability to stream. So, I'd like to have a little leeway there. So if we can get up to 150, maybe 200 followers, then that would work much better. And then we could do all sorts of fun stuff on here. Somebody messaged me and suggested that we were going to start charging you guys for the podcast or something. That's not going to happen. This is all going to be free. We just do it because we enjoy doing it. If we could find some way, maybe down the road, to figure out a way to maybe cover some of the costs, that would be nice. Because these things, the stuff we're doing isn't free. The Podbean that I run the audio to is not free. That I pay $200 a year for that, and we're trying to
StreamYard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Streamyard costs money. All these things cost a little bit of money, but we're not asking you to send us anything. But if we figure out something that we could do, maybe a special podcast or something that you guys could do that, what do they call that? Patreon. That we could
Yeah.
do some kind of thing on Patreon to make a few bucks and help cover some. That's the only thing we might do. You're never going to have to pay to watch me. Who would? And
Yeah. Well,
and
exactly. And
and you're
we're
you're you're,
we're
you're
not.
never going to have to pay to join the group or anything like that. So just don't worry about that. Don't concern yourself with it because this is just here for fun for us all to enjoy ourselves. We all like Disneyland, and that's what we're trying to do is promote people coming out here and liking Disneyland and so forth.
And let's
One
not
other,
even talk about what it costs to get in the gate. You know. So
yeah,
this
yeah, we're
we
not
have
talking about
expenses.
that. I do
We're
that
not
for
passing
fun.
it on to you.
No, but I mean, now if you want to buy me an annual pass or a Magic Key, I will not refuse it. But I imagine you're trying to figure out how to pay for one for yourself rather than that. Um, one other little thing I want to mention before we go on. Uh, they someone posted a an event that they said they were looking for 5 people to participate in an event, and they wanted people to message them. Well, that made me very uncomfortable because I didn't know what it was. Nobody had asked me about it ahead of time. Not like you need permission from me, but I don't want people ripping off members of the group. And I had a feeling that that's what that was for. So I'm not going to tell you the name of the person. I removed it. I didn't kick her out of the group. I just removed the post, and I warned her not to do that again. And if she wants to do some kind of an event, let me know what it is so I know it's safe for you guys to be involved in it. Like I say, I don't want anybody getting ripped off because that happens too much here on Facebook, and I do not want it to happen in our group. That's why my sister Melanie and I are the admins of the group and watch closely what goes on so that nobody gets hurt by being on
I
this
have
group.
I have
That's
been
the
a
last
business
thing.
person. I've been a business person for many years. I know all of the scams, and I watch out like a hawk.
As soon as somebody tells you they want you to message them, watch out. Because there goes the monorail again. It's a different one this time. It's like silver.
Hi-yo
But anyway,
silver.
yeah, whenever anybody wants you to message them, there's usually something unfortunate going on that they don't want out in the open for everybody else to see. And that's why they want you to message them. Because otherwise, when they posted what they were doing, somebody would say, hey, don't do that. They're trying to rip you off. And they don't want that to happen.
Well,
Well,
Disneyland is going to have new merch. Is that right?
I'm sorry.
Disneyland is going to have new merch. They have a new thing that they're
Oh,
selling.
yes. Okay, a lot of you have probably already seen this. So I want one like real bad. They have a Mickey and Goofy ice cream truck that is going to have ice cream put in it, and it's going to be sold in 2 places at the resort. One at Gibson Girl ice cream parlor, and one at Clarabelle's, which I have to admit I have not gone to Clarabelle's. I'm going to check it out today when I go over there, and I'm going to check and see if perhaps they're going to be available earlier than the July 16th that they have posted that they're going to be available.
And that's at
These things,
CDA, right?
yeah, yeah. See what?
That's at CDA, right?
Yeah,
Or
we're California Adventure. I just DCA,
yeah,
Disney California Adventure.
DCA.
CDA, I think, is some kind of medical thing.
Probably. I'm sorry.
No,
It's
that's all
early.
right. We got to get you Disney-fied.
I know. I know.
No,
I've, yeah. Go ahead.
isn't that Disney World you have behind you?
No, it's supposed to be Disneyland.
Oh, okay.
If it's Disney
All I
World,
can
they
see
lied
is
to me.
all I can see is the spires. So
Yeah.
it's
No,
probably Disneyland.
it's Disneyland.
Okay.
I don't. I am
Have you
loyal
been to
to.
Disney World?
No, I have never been to Disney World. I'm sorry
Oh,
if
well,
it's foreign.
we're going in 2 years.
Okay.
So prepare
I know
yourself.
our niece loves Disney World also. She's a two-part
Well,
Disney
you and
person.
Laura and Larry plan it out. We want to go
Okay.
to we want to go to Disney World, and we want to go to, and Disney, please don't hear this, Universal Studios, the new one that
Uh-oh.
I I forget what that's called, the new land that they're building. It doesn't
Yeah.
open yet,
Probably
but
which I'm going to be terrified of half of the rides. So
yeah, I mean it looks really cool, and I wish to go to it. Oh, okay. One other thing. Uh, I have a few. Right now, I think I've got five. I'm going to go run by Five Below on the way home and buy some more. But what I have is these little guys. And they're genuine
Stitch.
Disney. I only have one with the glasses on, but I have one more without glasses. I have a genie, and I have a couple of Sebastian the crab from Little Mermaid. And if you are a group member and you have a little one with you, make sure you tell me, and I will give your little one of these. And you can take your pick from what I have in the bag. Like I say, I've got about five of them, so if you got 6 kids, one of them's going to be sorry. Because I've only got five.
They can share.
Yeah. And but like I said, I'm going to see if I can pick some more up at Five Below, see if they still have them.
I'll try to pick some up also.
Oh, great. Thank you. Let's see. What else? We talked about if you're interested in that ice cream container, there are pictures of it in the group. And wait, no, I didn't put the. Would you put the pictures of it in the group for me?
I will do so.
Okay. There will soon be pictures in the group. I sent them to my sister, but I didn't post them to the group. So
I
my
will do
sister
that
will
right
do that.
now.
Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead and continue.
Yep. The back of my sister's head keeps disappearing. It's her.
I'm still here.
Yeah, she's still there. So it's a nice day today. It's not too terribly warm. Uh, it's it's pretty crowded. It's a whole lot more crowded than it was last week. 'Cause last week I got to park on the bottom level of the parking structure. This week I'm up on the roof as usual. That's where I almost always park, is up on the roof. And actually I kind of like it up there. It's a little easier to find your car from up there because everything is lit up. And I'm just the other side of the barrier between the two parking structures. So it's pretty good. I think I'm at 3B. So if you want to come out and steal my car, come on. So
You don't want it,
I
trust me.
it doesn't look very pretty. It runs good. It was my wife's car, And when she passed away, I let it sit for about 3 or 4 years, and just in the last year or so, put it back on the road. So it's in pretty good. I bought a bunch of parts to fix it up off of Facebook, actually, of a kind gentleman in Illinois. I bought a bunch of parts from him. And in fact, I have to buy the bumper from him tomorrow. I have to send them the cash for that, because it's hard when you've got a car that hasn't been made in a number of years to find parts for it.
Oh yeah.
That's why Disney has trouble finding parts for the monorail. They haven't made
Yeah, I
those in a
mean, how
while.
many monorails are there in junkyards?
Probably not very many. There might be one somewhere. I can't
Man, I
imagine
want
where, but
this.
somewhere. So I don't know. I didn't get anybody telling me they were coming today, so I don't know if we have any members out here, but maybe not. But well, we have the three I got to meet out here. They were very nice. Bodacious is a character. He's a great big fella. He's in the right department in security. I wouldn't want to make him mad at me. Every time I go to one of the security guys, I tell him to smile, because most of them have this stern look on their face, like, ugh. You're at
Okay, the pictures
Disneyland.
are posted.
Smile. Okay, so if you want to see what that looks like, go to the group and take a look, and you'll find the pictures. And
Nope.
as I said, they will be available July 16th, according to Disney, at both the Gibson Girl and at Clarabelle's. There's another monorail. That's the yellow one again. I guess they're only running 2 monorails. They used to run more than that. But,
They're getting old.
yep.
Speaking of getting old, I want one of those things too. That looks so cool. The Goofy and Mickey ice cream truck.
Well, if I am fortunate enough to be here when they come out, and am able to get a hold of 2 of them, one of them belongs to you.
Thank you. And I'll get it taken out of my hands by one of my grandsons.
Just don't show it to them. That's how you take care of that.
Ah, I see. Okay. So what else do we have to report? How's the
Let's see
weather?
here.
How's the
Uh,
weather?
the weather is warm. It is getting warmer. It was kind of hazy to begin with this morning. It is now very nice and bright and sunny. As I said, it's reasonably crowded, so if you come out, expect to wait in line. I'm going to try something today. I am going to try riding the Millennium Falcon ride.
Ooh.
I forget what I don't know if they call it the Millennium Falcon ride or not. I'm not sure. I've ridden the
It
Rise of the
is.
Resistance. I've ridden the Rise of the Resistance 3 or 4 times, but I haven't ridden the Millennium Falcon one yet. So I am going to try to do that today. So
Right.
we'll see what the wait is. If I have to wait for 2 hours, I'm not riding it. There was a time when I used to be willing to stand in line for that kind of amount of time, but not now.
No.
Uh,
You get
my
old.
daughter, Allison, and I stood in line for the rocket rods for 3.5 hours.
I remember we stood in line for the Pirates of the Caribbean for quite some time. That's when it had just opened, and our sister was running it for the first time.
Well, I was there for opening day of Star Tours, and I got to see George Lucas. He was there. They were handing out watches to like the first 1,000 or so people that were in line, and we were fortunate enough to be, well, I think I was there by myself. I was fortunate enough to be far enough up in line to where I got one of the watches. Unfortunately, George Lucas had conked out handing them out personally at about guest number 20.
Yeah.
And then cast members started handing them out instead. So uh, that was that was fun. I didn't get to
Current
see
wait time
the
30 minutes
for the Millennium
for
Falcon. Oh,
Millennium
cool.
Falcon Smuggler's Run.
What did you say? Smugglers? What?
Smuggler's Run.
Smugglers Run.
It's
That's an
Millennium
appropriate name.
Falcon Smuggler's Run.
It's amazing. Your hand floats in the air.
I know. And disappears. It's the magic of Disney.
Yep.
That, and I really have I have not fine-tuned my background yet.
Well, you have a green screen.
Yeah, I know I do. It's just a matter of getting my family in 110-degree temperature to be compelled to put it up again.
Well, you
But
have an air conditioner, don't you?
it is. Remember, our bill here runs about 600 a month. So yeah,
Well, my electric bill was $540, so don't feel
yeah,
bad.
I know. Well, you've got
But
grandchildren in the house. So.
but it's worth it. Let me tell
Oh,
you.
oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
if it's a choice between sitting in my chair sweating myself to death or sitting back and having cold air blow in my face, I'll spend the $540
Oh, yeah. So
every
do
month.
we, you know. But remember, my darling husband is 75 now. So he's, and our niece who rents a room from us is older and she works full time. So,
If
but
Larry
we'll get it up.
if Larry would dye his hair brown like I do, he
Yes.
would look 60.
Yeah, easily. But he wouldn't be physically 60.
Well,
That's the
no.
thing of it. But I have now broken both my hips, so I have to take it easy too. But
Well,
that's okay.
knock
Disney makes us young.
knock on wood, I haven't broken anything. In 68 years, I managed to get by playing basketball, football, baseball, and all sorts of games, and skateboarding, and not having broken anything.
There you go.
So that's
I've
pretty lucky.
broken many things, but that's okay. You're at Disneyland. That takes care of it all.
As long as I can still manage to come out here to the park, I'm just fine. Well, I
So
tell you,
yeah,
go ahead. You were about to
I
say
was going to
something.
ask you, what's the crowd concentration like? Is it really heavy, or is it medium, or
It's Saturday heavy.
okay?
It's pretty consistent about this heavy. Last week was, I don't know why, but there was half the people that there normally is out here. There goes another monorail, the silver one again.
Ah,
So this might not be the world's best place to set up to do the podcast.
probably not, but that's okay. We
No.
live and learn.
Well,
And
I came over here. I was going to use the Plaza Inn, but the Plaza Inn does a character breakfast that
ah,
ends at 11 o'clock, and then they use from 11 to 12, they close to clean the place up, and then they open back up again for lunch at 12 o'clock. So I went there intending to go to the Plaza Inn to sit, and that didn't work out. I can't go to the place I was last week because that is now boarded up, and that's the Hungry Bear.
ah.
They have closed it down for, what were they saying, until the fall, I think they said. So it's
Well,
going to be closed for a while.
this is all live and learn, and we'll get it to where we know what the right approach is every week, and that includes
Well,
my.
there's a good place out in the Esplanade. It's the old information booth, and it just sits there empty. And there's shade there, and there's desk space to put stuff on. So
There you
as
go.
long as the security doesn't come chase me off, that's a good place.
Well, you can ask him beforehand.
That's true. Hey, we have one person viewing the podcast.
Yay! And that's over
Thank
on
you.
YouTube. Thank you.
That's it's probably Kim if I were to bet.
Possibly.
I told Kim we were doing the podcast, so
I think we scared them away.
oh yeah.
Anyway, a
Oh
lot of people will be watching it afterwards, so
yeah. Well, I
that's
think
okay.
not having prepared in advance, we're going to get this down and start preparing and having things to talk about and so forth. So
Yeah, we
just
only prepared about 5 minutes in advance, my friends.
right.
So
So hang on, and we're going to have this down to where it's good. And we did. I hopefully you noticed we changed the name of the podcast due to
there
some
is another
confusion.
Podketeer that popped up after Mark had been uh, hosting Podketeer in his own self for many years, and they decided, oh, we like that name, and
Yeah,
changed it by
they
adding
just
an S to it.
right. They added an S to the end of my podcast and uh, bought the domain name with an S on the end and started a podcast called Podketeers.com, which I'm sorry, but that's a ripoff. If you can't, if you don't have enough creativity to come up with your own name, then don't do it. That's all I
Yeah,
gotta say. But it's not a bad podcast. It's about Disneyland. It's just my only gripe is that they used my name, and I don't think they should have done that. But
no.
anyway, don't matter. We're not going to be bitter. Wow, that was a big fly.
Oh my goodness. They may have their little, you know,
Audio animatronic flies.
audio animatronics out there. Thank you. That was the exact word I was
Yeah,
looking for.
he
But
was about to
well, that's
carry off.
okay.
He was about to carry off my iPhone. It's a pretty big fly.
It didn't look
So
like Jeff Goldblum, did it?
no,
No.
no,
Okay.
he wasn't going. Help me! That was, I think, that was the original fly, wasn't it?
Yes, that was the original.
Who was the star of the original fly? I don't
I have
remember.
no idea.
Didn't it have Vincent Price in it?
Might have.
I think he
He
was
was
the
certainly of
doctor.
that era.
Yeah. And he goes, after the whole thing is over with, he goes outside and he sees a spider web with a fly caught in it. And he hears this little tiny voice, help me, help me. It was
Well,
pretty
back
gruesome.
to Disney.
Yeah, that wasn't a Disney film.
No, no.
We did see Inside Out too, by the way. I think I mentioned
Oh,
that last week. That
yeah.
my grandson Connor and I went to see that. He loved it. We've been to see it twice. He's been to see it 3 times. But
Ah,
Connor is autistic, and he
so
gets
sorry.
focused on a particular movie, and he likes to go see it 5 or 6 times. And the rest of us don't really want to see Inside Out 2 5 or 6
Simple
times.
times. No.
But Connor's a lovable character, and I'll take him as often as he wants to go.
There you go.
So
Lots of
we're
good
gonna go.
Disney out right now.
Yep, we're gonna go ahead and call this a day. We're coming up on 30 minutes, which is about the time we did last week.
Right.
And we're going to get better at this, so you guys keep watching, and we will get better. If you're out here at the park, put a post on the group or message me. and let me know. I've got plenty of buttons, and I've got Stitch.
You have Stitch.
I only have one with the glasses, so if you want the one with the glasses, you have to find me first because I've only got one.
And where are you right now?
Right now, I am at one of the tables underneath the monorail track in Tomorrowland.
There you go.
But I'm going to be leaving here pretty quick and going to find me something to drink because I'm thirsty.
There you go. Yeah.
All
you
right,
need
so
to.
I'm going to hit the end button here and just see what happens. And we'll see you next week. So
Next
y'all
week.
take care. And actually, Melody,
Oh,
say
no.
bye.
Oh,
You
I
have to
don't know.
point the
There
other
he is.
way. No, the other way. Yeah,
There
there
he
you
is.
go. Yep.
There we go.
So
All right.
take it
Have
easy.
a good time, bro.
Melody. All right, you two have a magical Disney week.